All right, what is going on, everybody? We don't have the camera today, but we're going to push on without it, and we are going over real quickly what is happening with Solana. Well, what you can see here is that Solana's price has been consolidating over the last 17 days, putting in some highs around, $65 to $67 and some consistent lows around this $52 level. We're starting to see that Solana is really making a decision right now of whether we're going to see continuation or obviously the eventual reset back towards some of these lower levels. Well, what I will go ahead and say is that as this is happening, I actually think that this is a very good sign. I think that this sideways movement for Solana is a very good sign. Not saying that it's a definite move to the upside on the way, but just saying that this is a good sign. Now, the reason that I believe this is because what we will see historically with Solana, if we're going to see some type of blow off top-ish move. What we can see that happened in the last big move to the upside is that Solana made these moves up, right? Up, boom. Now we hit this blow off top. Price goes up here. We get a huge wick to the upside on the daily candle. That immediately starts getting followed by a pullback to the downside. We're setting in lower lows after lower lows. And that was a sign that some type of larger correction was coming because we couldn't maintain these levels up here. Well, what you can see in comparison is what happened back here. Solana's price gets this move to the upside, and we don't get this blow off top pattern, right? We do get a little bit of sideways movement here, sideways movement, sideways movement, sideways movement. And although the price does eventually slowly correct, it's not really as sharp and it's not as steep as we saw back here. And I personally do prefer this, and I think that this is healthy. These type of short-term corrections in which we are just generally going sideways, moving real slow, moving real gentle, not doing anything too crazy, not going straight down like this, right? Just a little bit more gentle. Look at the difference of the slopes here. I think that this is good because this gives people time to accumulate, and this gives people time to just slowly ease into their position without feeling rushed and making rushed decisions. And generally speaking, after movements like this, we do get those stronger moves to the upside. And so in my opinion, with what we're seeing right here, the fact that we're not just getting that big blow off top to the upside, that big boom boom, I think that there's a decent sized chance that this does mean that we are in some type of more long-term move to the upside for Solana, not some short-term move that is about to just immediately come falling down, okay? Now, another thing that I'm seeing here, and another thing that I think is pretty decent, is what we're actually seeing on this chart prime daily oscillator, okay? On the daily chart prime oscillator, you can see that Solana is actually getting near that 16 level. We're already getting close to that zero neutral threshold, which means that we could flip negative rather soon. What does that mean? It means that we're seeing our buying pressure and our just general momentum resetting very quick. Okay, we're getting out of these overbought regions. We're bouncing off. We saw, of course, bearish divergence as we did get this move to the upside, which does mean, generally that we are going to get some type of more macro pullback. We got this bearish divergence. We got red reversal triangles, overbought readings, another drive of hidden bearish divergence. All of these things as we started to put in these highs, which were indicators that, likelihood is a slowdown or pullback was on the way. But we are getting a reset very, very quickly now. Very quickly. And it seems as if Solana's price does make a move to the downside, if its price does lose its key level of support at $51.40, that there's a strong likelihood that it's going to find some support and look to continue upwards. Whether that's here, the $33-ish level, and come reset to backtest some of these previous highs, whether it's to come backtest the ascending structure itself and then continue, or whether it's to make a move to the bottom side of that structure around the $30-ish level and make a move to the upside one way or another, it seems as if we're going to have a beautiful reset. We're going to start getting some of these drives of bullish divergence rather soon as we put in what could be the lower low here with some macro higher lows here, right? Things of that nature will give Solana the momentum it needs to make moves back to the upside, and that does support my theory as well that we are going to get some type of more macro move to the upside, whether or not it's now or whether or not we need to find some level of support first and then look for that continuation. It just says that we're very likely in some type of more macro swing to the upside, and the likelihood is that we're not going to just see something like this happen in which we set either an equivalent low or maybe even a lower low here for Solana, and that this was just some type of bear market rally. Okay, I think that's very important because it just tells me that I can continue my dollar cost averaging, even though the price right now for Solana is sitting, kind of high right now, right? And obviously we have seen its price climb from this low that we put back here upwards of over 300%. And so obviously some people are a little bit skeptical about dollar cost averaging, but I still do believe that although I have slowed down my dollar cost average and I'm not buying as much at these levels, I can continue it, because even if we do start to get a pull to the downside, likelihood right now is that we will get another swing to the upside and continue this long-term move towards, what could easily be $125, $200, $295, maybe even to come retest his all-time high. Okay. And so with that in mind, what I'm doing right now and the plan that I have in place is to continue dollar cost averaging. I'm not going to do any leverage trading until we do see whether or not we're going to lose this key level of support around $51.40, or if we're going to break this little range that we're in right now, about $64 to $69, which is key resistance. Okay. Until we break out of this sideways consolidation, I'm not going to use any leverage because it's just a 50-50. So for now, just basic dollar cost averaging, not doing too much. Whether we go down, whether we go up, still under the belief that there is more room to the upside in the long term. So I am going to continue in that manner. Now, of course, I hope you guys do enjoy these general updates where I'm just letting you know where my mind is at about Solana and what I'm thinking will happen in the long term. If you do, let me know down in the comment section below what your thoughts are on the long term and how you're going about it. And of course, I will see you all tomorrow with another upload. Peace out, everybody.